The night air over northeastern Japan was still deceptive, a quiet prelude to chaos. At 23:15 local time on December 8, the earth beneath the Pacific just off Aomori Prefecture shuddered. In the span of seconds, the region felt the powerful rupture of a 7.6 magnitude earthquake, the kind that stirs a calm coastline into urgent panic. Buildings swayed, windows rattled. In some areas the shaking registered upper 6 inches on the Japanese intensity scale, strong enough to overturn furniture, crack walls, and crack open windows with frightening suddenness. In a coastal town dozens of kilometers inland, a family asleep on the second floor was jolted awake. Fathers scrambled to lift mattresses above the floor as the walls shook, mothers scrambled for children. In a matter of moments, the structure they called home groaned under the pressure of Earth's shifting bones. Lamps crashed, cupboards toppled. Outside, streetlights swayed like trees in a fierce wind. Doors jammed, hallways split open. A surge of panic, the kind that makes hearts pound and minds race, gripped every resident who felt it. Across the region, dozens of towns and villages bore the brunt of the quake. Elderly residents clung to door frames, children sobbed under crushed wooden beams, and pets darted through trembling houses. A restaurant near the coast suffered shattered glass everywhere. A car parked near a cliffside road fell into a sinkhole as the ground beneath it gave way. In small coastal villages, docks cracked, boats drifted off moorings, and phone lines snapped as power surged and then died. Within minutes, emergency alarms blared through prefectures. A tsunami warning was issued. The trembling had ended, but now came the second wave, a pulse of water rushing toward the coastline. Families grabbed what they could: documents, toys, blankets, then ran uphill and inland. Coastal evacuation crews, trained but still human, mobilized under streetlights, calling through megaphones over crashing waves and ringing alarms. For roughly 90,000 people in Hokkaido, Aomori, and Iwate, the night turned into an urgent exodus. Authorities predicted up to 3-meter-high tsunami waves striking within an hour. But as dawn broke, the waters that hit the coast measured only 20 to 70 centimeters. The height was small compared to what was feared, yet even a small tsunami in the darkness can bring destruction. Boats smashed against piers, floodwater seeped into low-lying homes, coastal warehouses flooded. In some towns, windows along the waterline shattered, docks warped, and emergency crews waded chest deep in cold salt water, guiding stranded residents to safe zones. In the cities, damage assessments began. Railway services along the Tohoku Shinkansen line were suspended, dozens of trains halted, thousands of passengers displaced, some stranded overnight as tracks crumbled, signaling systems failed, and subsea tunnels lost power. Residential buildings exhibited cracks in foundations, minor collapses of non-load-bearing walls. Some older houses, especially wooden ones built before modern seismic retrofitting, suffered partial collapse. By the morning, official updates confirmed dozens of injuries, people hurt by falling furniture, lacerations from broken glass or a wall collapse. One man injured when his car sank into a road that had caved in. Several small fires were reported in Aomori City, triggered by ruptured gas lines, though emergency services contained them quickly. Thankfully, no major casualties and no fatalities had been confirmed at this stage. Power and water infrastructure took a heavy toll. Substations tripped offline, transformers blew, plunging entire towns into darkness. Communication networks faltered. Many remote coastal hamlets lost phone and internet connectivity. Rescue and aid teams mobilized under harsh conditions: rain, damaged roads, aftershocks that rattled nerves more than buildings. As aftershocks continued, several above magnitude 5.0, the specter of further collapse and even tsunami surge remained real. Some residents, traumatized and sleepless, packed bags ready to flee at any shake. Evacuation shelters filled up quickly, blankets and hot meals distributed by volunteers. Elderly people helped down wooden stairways, children given stuffed toys to calm their fears. At the national level, the government announced that a crisis response office was activated. Officials urged all citizens, even those far from the epicenter, to recheck earthquake emergency kits, bottled water, flashlights, portable radios, secure furniture, clear escape routes. Many were reminded that Japan lies along the Pacific Ring of Fire, an area of constant seismic tension where large earthquakes are not a surprise but a looming threat. The quake revived old fears, not just of collapse, but of cascading disaster, a major tsunami, nuclear plant damage, aftershocks that could trigger landslides. For many, memories of past tragedies surfaced. Cities submerged under waves, entire communities wiped out overnight. In coffee shops and living rooms across Japan, parents held children close, elders watched televisions in silence, and emergency phone lines rang for overdue check-ins. As hours turned into a full day, rescue workers conducted structural inspections. Cracked walls were taped off. At-risk buildings earmarked for evacuation. Cranes, excavators, and earth-moving equipment started clearing debris on major roads. Bridges along coastal roads were inspected for damage. Some closed temporarily due to feared ground instability. In urban areas far from the coast, life resumed but under a cloud of tension. Schools delayed reopening. Public transport ran limited or on alternate routes. News broadcasts featured interviews with shaken residents, a mother clutching her child, a shop owner surveying cracked floor tiles, a high school student clutching a school bag and a teddy bear. "We went to sleep safe," said one woman, eyes red from fright, and woke up in fear. Scientific experts began reminding citizens. This quake was only the most recent manifestation of a looming pattern. Along the geological rift zones offshore, especially the one known as the Nankai Trough, seismic stress has steadily built over decades. Government estimates warn that a major mega-quake along these faults could cause hundreds of thousands of casualties in worst-case scenarios, especially if it strikes at night or in winter. Entire city blocks could collapse. Tsunamis hundreds of centimeters high could flood till city centers. Evacuation and emergency services would be overwhelmed. Yet, because of decades of preparedness, lessons from past disasters, building codes, and public awareness campaigns, the death toll from this quake remained modest, for now. Modern buildings with proper earthquake-resistant designs swayed but stood firm. Reinforced concrete foundations held. Emergency protocols were activated almost immediately. Signals, alarms, mass evacuations. Shelters opened, volunteers mobilized, communities banded together. Still, the psychological impact runs deep. In coastal towns now half ruined, families sit quietly in candlelight, listening to the creak of floorboards, waiting for aftershocks. Children ask when they can go home. Parents stare into dark windows, imagining the sea returning. Elders kneel inside temples, whispering prayers for loved ones. This earthquake, magnitude 7.6, just off the coast of Aomori, stands as another stark reminder. In Japan, the ground beneath your feet can shift without warning. And when it does, even for less than a minute, lives can be turned upside down forever. In the coming days, as the sun sets and another wave of aftershocks fades into uneasy silence, Japan will rebuild, slowly, carefully, painfully. Houses patched, roads repaved, children returned to school. But memories of trembling walls, rushing water, and midnight evacuations will linger. Because this is not just a storm or a flood. This is the earth reminding us of its power. Stay alert, stay prepared, and stay with us, because when nature strikes, we'll bring you the story. If you want to stay ahead of the world's most extreme weather, snowstorms, hurricanes, floods, earthquakes, typhoons, and every major natural disaster shaping our planet, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Cataclysm TV. Turn on notifications so you never miss a breaking update, a deep dive report, or a life-saving forecast. Cataclysm TV, watching the world's most powerful forces, so you can stay prepared for whatever comes next.